Won't work. Maybe it's out of fuel.
Aha, well luckily for me I stole some petrol.
Trial and error method, they say.
Oh, don't tell me there's nothing in it. Oh, I've got to go nick some petrol, ain't I? Okay.
Trial and error method, they say.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
What's a police car doing here?
Uh...
Trial and error method, they say.
Bollocks. Well... Hang on, I'll have a scout through here before I go and do that. What's your else supposed to do here?
I found something. I should act according to the rules of the profession.
Oh yeah. I need the bush.
What a discovery. A signet ring with the Knights Hospitaler's coat of arms. Which century is it from? 17th? Perhaps even...
16th, yes, possibly. Is there anything else?
What a discovery. A signet ring with the Knights Hospitaler's coat of arms. Which century is it from? 17th? Perhaps even 16th.
Okay, so... What the hell was that then? Oh, that's the water. Duh. Alright.
I'll leave the gas can by the generator. They might need it.
Oh, you did steal it.
I don't have the strength to lug this watering can around.
Alrighty. I've learned with many games to keep saving it because you never know. Chamber.
Uncle was right. This chamber is exquisite.
Aye, it's not bad, is it? I always thought they'd just sort of sit around in mud and stuff, the archaeologists. This is that picture of that thing.
It looks as if the Knights Hospitaller adapted a prehistorical temple for their own purposes. I wonder what's further on.
Yeah, I know, but just bear with me a minute, love. Let's go and have a look in here.
Trial and error method, they say.
Okay, so... Oh yeah, I need a one of those, I'm guessing. Let's have a look at my photo. Yeah, I'll need one of each of these things, won't I, to then plug into the...
Reconstruction or instruction. 4 pedestals and stone elements with inscriptions.
God, there's even this bit here. I thought that was just... Oh, right, okay. Gonna have to click on each one, aren't I? Okay.
This won't work.
Yes, I assume so. Okay, I've got an idea, I know what they all are. Actually, that's a portal. Looks like a...
I saw something again. Am I okay? What is this knight doing?
Building a house.
What an interesting construction. Another portal. Magnificent. Trial and error method, they say. Sylvie, think. Trial and error method, they say.
Yes, that tablet
A
I
picture
need.
of a stone tablet. It's covered with inscriptions similar to those on the valuable volume.
What the hell's that? I never knew this was even here. Oh, dear God, what's this notes? Oh, Lord. Okay. So there's nothing to click on there apart from that, okay. Okay, so I need those things there, whatever they are. But I don't have those, I have the photos of the cube.
Are these the little stone sculptures my uncle wrote about?
Okay. Who's this? It's the shadow. Dun, 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 dun.
This figure in the dark can't have friendly intentions, and I really don't want to meet them face to face. I better scram.
I think they're more concerned about where the hell he came from.
This figure in the dark can't have friendly intentions, and I really don't want to meet them face to face. I better scram. I have to think this through. Maybe that Anderson guy can help. I hope he's in.
What? Oh, yeah. I saw. I wondered who she was on about. I just realised that's the dude that's by the trailer. Can I go back over here a minute?
The portal looks as if...
Yeah. Oh, there is something to click on down there. Is it? I've already been there, haven't I?
This won't work.
No. I've already stolen it from there already. Okay. Let's go and speak to Mr. Anderson.
I won't go back there. I took everything.
I thought that was Mr. Anderson.
Sylvie, think.
What? Hang on. But she just... I don't...
What's a police car doing here?
Can I go this way? No. See, I can go here, but it tells me to... Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Okay. What the hell does it like?
I've had enough. It's time to go back to La Valletta. Maybe I should catch some sleep, too.
Alrighty. La la la. Doobie-doo. Alrighty. Here we are. In my little... Where's my suitcase gone? Someone stole it. Come over, Kip. What am I doing back here? Can I go in there now? Into my bedside table. I'm obviously Mr. Anderson, aren't I? What was it? L5 or J5R, wasn't it?
Good morning. Can I come in?
No.
Excuse me. Who is this?
I'm Sylvie, Olivier Leroux's niece. Can I see you?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on up.
Cool, let's go in.
Sorry to bother you.
Not a problem.
I wanted to meet you since you've worked with my uncle.
How is he doing? I haven't been in touch with him for a while.
He's gone missing. Nobody's seen him for the past few days.
What do you mean, gone missing? Maybe he's left somewhere.
Possible, but where?
Well, have you asked the neighbors?
Kawada says he might have left for Gozo, but nobody knows anything more.
Oh, you've got me really worried. I really wanted to see him. I've been counting on his advice.
I'm beginning to worry about my uncle.
I know the feeling. I was just a child when my parents died. Afterwards, I was paralyzed by anxiety. This would happen to every guardian of mine.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
They went to the cinema in a Protestant neighborhood one night because they really wanted to see a particular movie. And on that evening, the IRA struck.
Belfast?
If it hadn't been for a wise priest, I'd be planting bombs myself.
My parents conducted research projects on the Polynesian islands. They're ethnographers.
It must be beautiful there.
Yes, I'm sure. They worked in very difficult conditions, so I spent all my holidays with my uncle in La Valletta.
I mean, it's very difficult to understand for a child.
Uncle took good care of me. Sometimes he'd take me to Gozo where he worked.
You know, he mentioned you a lot when we pored over these inscriptions.
Sylvie. Please, call me Sylvie.
No,
James, let's be friends.
just the two of us.
You worked on the stone tablet from Gozo.
Yes, it's a fascinating discovery.
What's so interesting about it?
It's a long story.
Oh,
I'm all ears.
good, I've got plenty of
The
time.
Knights Hospitaller had many seats before they finally ended up on Malta.
Yes, the Holy Land, Cyprus, Rhodes, Viterbo, those were the major ones, right?
That's correct. This was also a journey throughout the eras, from the Middle Ages to Renaissance in its full bloom.
All that time on the frontier, separating Christianity from the cultures of the Middle East.
They must have encountered things they would have perceived as miracles. I mean, such as magic and the occult.
But they managed to survive all this turmoil, as opposed to the Knights Templar, right?
Right. But I think that they were more down to earth, because they served the sick, the poor, and the suffering.
But these are hardly the truths you would engrave in stone.
But they should be. Still, somewhere along the way, maybe when they were fleeing Acre with the Knights Templar, they came into the possession of a unique artifact, or at least they had the knowledge about it.
And they wrote everything down on this tablet?
That's what I think, although I haven't been able to break the codes yet. Maybe it'll require the assistance of computers and specialists.
Uncle left this note.
Yes, this might be it. A book detailing the history of the Knights Hospitaller. Do you have this volume?
It's in Uncle's study.
If your uncle was not mistaken as to its value, this book might spare me many weeks of hard work.
I'll get the book for you, James.
Excellent.
I'll get this book for you.
I can't wait.
I should take the book to James. I think I've just made an ally.
Okay, let's go.
There's this weird dream that's plaguing me.
Oh, hang on, so let me have a look at that. Oh, yeah, we've already looked at that, haven't we? Well, I'm gonna. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna go and speak to James. I was gonna stop because it's getting quite late over here, but I'm just gonna do this before I forget, because that'll probably be my luck. I'll come back and I'll forget what I've actually done.
This is the book.
I'm going to get right to work then. Thank you, Sylvie.
I'd like to help somehow with finding the solution to the riddle.
You don't want to return to Paris?
No, I can't. Your work is tremendously fascinating.
You're exactly like Olivier said you were.
I accidentally read the note addressed to you.
So you've seen that the professor didn't want to drag you into this.
What was it that he wanted to protect me from?
I don't know, but I wouldn't take it lightly.
I have to find him.
Maybe you should just leave it to the police.
Come on. I talked to Gronk. The monument in the plaza would be more suited to conducting this case. Besides, after talking to him, I nearly felt like a suspect myself.
You know, I don't think your uncle would want you involved in this.
This is because he feels responsible for me. Now, however, I have to take care of him and his discovery. Yesterday, I took a look at the site on Gazo.
How strange. They've opened it again?
On the contrary, it's under police guard.
Why the police?
Someone broke in and stole a stone tablet as well as 4 small stone sculptures.
Unbelievable.
But unfortunately true. However, I have photos of them.
Could you show them to me?
Here are the photographs of the tablet.
Good photographs. They're going to be able to help me with my work.
They're yours.
Now it'll be so much easier to work on this riddle.
I hope you'll be able to solve it soon.
So do I. Working on such texts, you can get stuck for weeks.
I wonder if he's the guy that stole it.
Why would anybody steal these stones?
The thieves knew perfectly well,
What they were doing.
They knew their value.
possibly better than we do. Either way, they waited until they were secured and loaded into crates. I'll ask among some art dealers. They might have heard something. Hang on.
What?
Didn't the professor go missing on the same day as the stones?
I've been thinking about that. Do you think the thieves harmed him in any way?
Well, not necessarily, but they may need him to decipher the inscriptions.
This means they're treating him well, right?
Well, if that's the case, then yes.
What do you make of this archaeologist?
Have you talked to Henry, Simon?
Yes, although incognito.
You know, you really should introduce yourself. Henry used to work with your uncle.
And I'm supposed to hold a calm conversation with the man who ousted my uncle?
I don't think he's behind all those awful things.
Should I grill him a bit?
Just be honest with him.
Can you help me?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm not leaving you alone with this. Just give me a call as soon as you find out anything.
Do you think my theory can be helpful?
What do you mean?
Uncle said on the phone that my research may be connected to his Gozo discovery.
I remember now. He mentioned something about an unconventional approach.
Controversial is more like it.
What exactly does your theory pertain to?
The actual existence of Sodom and Gomorrah. I claim that what's in the Bible is more than just a nifty morality tale.
That doesn't sound all that blasphemous.
I'd love to discover those cities. Like Schliemann discovered Troy. I follow in his footsteps, in the sense that I treat the description we have as real.
Would you want to include God in your research?
No. Just like Schliemann didn't include the Greek gods as such, what he was interested in were the consequences of their actions.
Which in this case means the destruction of those cities.
Yes. Plus, some Gnostics believe that this destruction was carried out by the Yahweh with a special tool, which remains in the Middle East up until this day.
Ah, I get it. A source of unearthly power, which is reborn in cycles.
That's how Uncle described it in his letter.
Well, I mean, you just have to wait for the full translation of the tablet.
I know, I don't want to jump to conclusions. See ya! James is right. I should have an honest chat with Simon. That's the only way I'll find out anything about my uncle.
Right, I'm going to stop there, but it looks like if I go to notes and dialogues, hang on. What's the dialogues? Oh, wait a minute. Ah. God, I'm doing my usual, I'll stop, but then I'm just going to carry on for the next 4 hours, which I'm not.
Time to visit the archaeologist site on Gozo.
Let's go! Shh. Whee!
The police are thankfully gone.
Replaced with this swanky little dude.
Wow, what a rocket.
Is there anything I can nick before he comes out? No. Always check.
The archaeologist is probably digging in the soil somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I should look around the temple a bit more. Do you like it?
Very impressive. Amazing.
Yes, I think so too. These are not perfect cathedrals or palaces. This is a different type of beauty, austere and powerful.
Oh no, the cathedrals and palaces and alleys and forts are amazing too.
I see you fell in love with Malta.
I generally fell in love with Europe. One lifetime is not enough to see this incredible wealth of beauty.
American?
Is it that obvious?
No, but your car is.
Not bad, is it? It goes up to 60 miles, 100 kilometers per hour in 4 seconds.
Impressive. I could show you some treasures of Malta.
Thank you, but I'm leaving today.
Pity. It's a feast for both the eyes and the soul. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an archaeologist.
An enviable profession. Congratulations.
Sure. And what do you do?
I'm a headhunter, currently on vacation.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Don't think there's anything for me to nick from the spring. I've already been there. Ah, my fingers. Right. Cool. Let's go. Oh,
How's the work going?
Ah, it's you again.
The police officer let me see the cave. No problems.
How on earth did you manage that?
All it took was a good word and a cup of coffee.
What, journalists carry coffee around just in case?
I'm not a journalist.
I had a hunch from the beginning. Why'd you lie?
And you? Why did you lie about the break-in? My name is Sylvie LaRue,
A relative of the professor's?
relative and pupil of the same professor whom you set up.
Set up? What do you mean?
You took this discovery away from him.
No, that's not true.
You wanted to take his glory, and as a result, both he and the discoveries went missing.
Calm down. You're insulting me now.
Didn't you take over for him?
The ministry offered this job to me. They didn't want Olivier anymore.
Why? Didn't you try to clear it up?
I did. First thing I did, in fact, was to visit the professor. We'd worked together before.
That's even more reason to consider the things you did unfair.
Your uncle didn't take too well to rational arguments. I'm sorry to say this, but it looked like the beginnings of a persecution complex.
You're just writing off whatever it was that was happening to him.
At first, I thought he was just an aging scientist growing bitter. Then I understood that there was really something bad brewing around this discovery.
You don't feel responsible for that?
What do you think? I'm hardly just an extra. I did contribute to the research of this discovery. I put my heart into it. And then, several days ago, all that was lost. I was beaten up and robbed of the most precious among all findings.
Now you know how my uncle felt.
Some guys milled around here earlier. I should have suspected something.
Would you recognize them?
No,
How were the stones stolen?
I was working on my computer. At one point, I heard a car in the parking lot, but I just went back to work. It wouldn't stop bugging me, though, so I went outside.
And you saw the thieves?
Yes, 2 of them. They were just passing by with the stones. They were masked. I started screaming, so one of them grabbed my throat from behind, and the other dealt me several blows.
Did they say anything?
No, I only heard one barked.
Did you see their car?
Oh, okay, strange
No,
accent.
by the time I picked myself up, they were gone.
Do you suspect who they might be?
No, but I do hope they got what they wanted and will not return.
I understand.
I don't feel safe. I got the impression someone went through my trailer the other day.
Oh yeah. So the strange accent could be English, because I think that guy James Anderson, or whatever his name is.
Do you think they took my uncle with them?
I didn't see him with them.
Well, when was the last time you spoke to him?
We had a fight. He was furious with me.
Maybe they needed him to work on those stones.
I'm not convinced, although it is possible.
How valuable are those stones?
To an archaeologist, immensely.
I know, I'm an archaeologist too. I even have my own theory as to those.
Stones.
They are connected to an ancient artifact sought already in biblical times.
Wouldn't you know? The young'uns are quick to snatch up the news.
Well, I'm sure you have your own theory.
I can't risk one yet.
Maybe a collector is behind this.
No, as far as the arts market is concerned, the stones aren't all that interesting. If we learn the value of the inscriptions, their value in the eyes of the collectors might go up.
Maybe the thieves kidnapped my uncle in order to find the meaning behind those inscriptions. Maybe they constitute the true value of the stones.
It is a plausible explanation, but you can hardly expect me to put myself in the thieves' shoes.
I think I'll be saying goodbye then.
Believe me, I'm not the reason for these calamities. It must be something far greater than myself.
It's good that I was honest with him. Simon seems to be nice after all. I think I can trust him.
Yeah, watch out for that James. He seems. Oh,
Hello?
Anderson here. I've got a lead on those stones. I found out there's this art gallery owner in Istanbul who's sounding out the market, and not too subtly.
What does this mean?
Well, I imagine they're probably in possession of the stolen stones.
What's the address of this gallery?
It's Galatasaray 23. It's run by a woman called Fina Flateau. Do you want to go there?
Can you repeat? I can barely hear you.
Galatasaray 23.
Galatasaray
3.
23.
Yes. You're not thinking of going there, are you?
This is the only lead we've got.
Look, this is not a joke. You're going to be dealing with thieves at best and someone vastly more dangerous at worst.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Be careful. These stones have drawn the attention of some very powerful organizations.
I can't hear you. We'll talk later. I think I'll be saying goodbye then.
Believe me, I'm not the reason for these calamities. It must be something far greater.
just before I do scuttle off back to the thing, can I go back in here and have a bit of a scour? Because you never know. I'm just wondering if that dude who appeared from nowhere Okay, I'm going to go back to my scooter and stop there because I know where I'm going to go now. I'm going to Galactus B or something, whatever it's called. But it takes half an hour to jog through this bloody map. Speak this woman again before going.
See ya.
Okay, I'll stop there. There we go. Cool.